Welcome to the Everything Podcast's Breakfast Show and the second week of the Everything Podcast Breakfast Show. And I've actually changed a few things from last week's instalments. So there now won't be music to begin and end the episode because I thought kind of it's not mine, so I probably shouldn't use it as well as it kind of was just time. And if you didn't like the song, then you would probably just have clicked off anyway. So what has changed is that trailer of the week has now evolved into trailer of the day because obviously if you listened or watched to last week's episodes of the Everything Podcast Breakfast Show, you will know that kind of the Punisher One Last Kill was played in every episode, so I kind of didn't thought that, and I've kind of merged trailer of the week, which is now trailer of the day, with the Big Finish trailers as well, and I will be keeping the audio episode reveal as well, with trailers and things. So yeah, it's kind of just going to be a little bit shorter because I thought it should be a bit more snappy and vary a little bit differently to the usual episodes, which just a reminder will release on audio. Excuse me, every single day at 10 a.m. UK time, and for YouTube viewers, there will be 5 episodes for the rest of April, and then from May it's going down to 4 episodes, and hopefully down to, well, probably down to 3 from June as well. It was meant to go down to 3 a little bit earlier, as you will know, long time viewers of the podcast will know that because I'm talking about it in great detail, but Matt isn't able to do that at the moment, so we're getting there. But the trailer that I'm showcasing today for trailer of the day is the Meddling Monks Part 2, part of the Dark Gallifrey range. So let's, before I show you the trailer, let's read the synopsis and tell you that it will be available in May 2026 and is written by John Dornick. Here's the synopsis. The meddling monk and the meddling nun are stranded on Earth with a broken TARDIS and find themselves involved in a series of odd escapades, even more onerous than expected, but the greatest challenge is still to come. We start off with Monkey Nuts. It's time to host the neighbours for an evening soiree, but is the monk's fish dish a winner, or will the guests prefer the nun's baby chicken? There's only one way to find out, and soon culinary battlers commence. What could possibly go wrong? We then have monkey magic. There's a big prize to be won at the local talent show, so the monk and nun are soon brushing up their best stage acts in an attempt to claim victory and ensure the success of their grand plan. What could possibly go wrong? The cast for this episode includes Rufus Hound as the monk, as well as Gemma Willen as the nun, and a few other characters as well. The script editor is Matt Fitton. As I mentioned, the writer is John Dorney. The senior producer is John Ainsworth. The cover art was done by Soundsmith Creative. The director and sound design was done by Jonathan S. Powell. The executive producers were Jason Hay Gallery and Nicholas Briggs. The music was done by Kevin James. The producer is Robert Valentine, and the runtime for this episode or this release rather, because it's multiple episodes, is 74 minutes. So without further ado, here is the trailer for Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monks, Part 2.
From Big Finish Productions, The Worlds of Doctor Who, Dark Gallifrey.
The Meddling Monks, Part 2.
He's a monk, she's a nun. How the troubles must weigh a ton.
Hey, nun! Look what I found in the town centre. No, there was definitely music that time.
You're right. She's a nun, he's a monk. Every plan's turned out as junk.
Something very strange is happening here.
A world where everyone's called John and looks the same, has invisible wives and doesn't behave in a remotely rational manner.
Nothing could make sense of that.
The punters do love to see something a bit modern, a bit avant-garde.
They're certainly having the last laugh.
This is not a joking matter.
Believe me, I'm not joking. We're on next. Have you still been laughed at?
Yes, but I didn't want to.
Sorry about that. We appear to have hit a bit of a snag with this week's episode of The Meddling Monks. We'll have them back with you as soon as we can work out what the problem actually was. well, you'll be glad to know we fixed the issue with this week's episode. So once again, I give you the Middling Monks.
Let's give a cheer, enjoy the middling monks. The middling monks.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for The Meddling Monks Part 2, which will release at some point in May 2026. Speaking of Dark Gallifrey and The Meddling Monks, though, my recap for Part 1 will be coming out at some point soon, so please check that out. Hopefully it should release before Part 2 comes out, or it'll be quite close. Yeah, especially on audio. On YouTube, as I've mentioned, Matt chooses which episodes to do on specific days, so that's up to him. But yeah, now let's move on to today's audio episode reveal, which will be the Companion Chronicles, or my recap of the Companion Chronicles, The Legacy of Time. Obviously, I'm not going to play that entire episode, otherwise there's no point you watching or you listening to that episode. So instead, I'm going to read through the synopsises as I just did for Dark Gallifrey, The Meddling Monks, Part 2, and then I will show you the trailer as well. So, Doctor Who: The Companion Chronicles Legacy of Time was released in February 2026, and here's the synopsis. Doctor Who: The Legacy of Time told an epic story celebrating 20 years of Doctor Who at Big Finish, in which the 3rd to 8th Doctors, alongside many of their friends and enemies, dealt with the collapse of time itself. But during this adventure, where were the 1st and 2nd Doctors? The Kraken of Hagwell, written by Barbara Hamley. When a Welsh village is destroyed by a sea monster, UNIT is on the case as a mysterious serum spreads among soldiers. With the appearance of a doctor who is too young to know who he is, the Brigadier has to chase down the Master as he makes a play for conquest with the Sky Kraken. We then have The Heartless Sea, written by Simon Gurrier. As Harry and Naomi investigate the apparently haunted Warehouse 9, they come across someone who they didn't expect to meet, the Doctor, but one who hasn't met them yet, and soon after they find themselves dealing with the wrath of the most furious sea there has ever been. This set was recorded on the 28th of July 2020, as well as the 25th and 26th of October 2022, so a good while ago. I do wonder why they waited so long to release it. But we've got a few quotes here. Producer Dominic G. Martin said, "The Legacy of Time was a wonderful celebration of Big Finish Doctor Who, but there was a question that we wanted to answer. Just what were the 1st and 2nd Doctors doing on the lead up to their appearance in that special? These two adventures answer that, featuring Stephen Noonan and Michael Troughton's wonderful portrayals of these Doctors, and told in natural Companion Chronicles style from the perspective of companions you wouldn't necessarily expect to see them with. Barbara Hamley has given us a wonderful story pitting the Brigadier and the 1st Doctor against the Master and his pet Kraken, and Simon Gurrier has written a captivating mind-bending tale as the 2nd Doctor teams up with Harry Sullivan and Naomi Cross. These extraordinary little tales fit perfectly as a bonus addition to Legacy of Time, and it's a thrill to share them with you." Writer Barbara Hamley, an acclaimed science fiction novelist who makes her Doctor Who debut with this set, added, "I've always loved the UNIT stories. It was almost like a separate series for Pertwee's first 2 years. A stranded time and space traveller stuck on Earth working for the everything in triplicate military, and yet the spit and polish Brigadier was never a caricature. None of the UNIT gang were. Since I first saw Doctor Who back in 1982, I wanted to write a Who story, and when they asked me which companion I wanted to do, a UNIT story was my choice, just like the 1970s, but with better special effects. In The Kraken of Hagwell, John Coleshaw narrates the stories of the Brigadier later in his life, while also providing the voices of both the Master and a younger version of the Brigadier. Coleshaw said, "I really enjoyed the format of this script, the audio book sense of the narration, and how it goes to the clips of the action. With me and Genevieve and Stephen have been acting together, that hybridization of narration and full cast scenes. I'm playing the Master and the Brigadier on the same page a lot of the time. Thankfully, with the Brigadier and the iconic Roger Delgado Master, the two voices are so distinctive and very different. The one little pause, just a little gear change will get you there." On reprising the role of Harry Sullivan in The Heartless Sea, Christopher Ellis said, "I really love this script. It's very claustrophobic and intense, very tightly focused on those characters. It's a real thriller, this one. I loved working with Ellie Crooks. We have we have a lovely report, and I just think Michael Trout is brilliant. He captures his father's performance so well, and it's so well written that people really get a very strong Second Doctor vibe from this. This set includes Stephen Noonan as the First Doctor, John Coleshaw as Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart the Master and Professor Cowan, Genevieve Gaunt as Margot Panage and the Skykraken, Michael Troughton as the Second Doctor, Christopher Naylor as Harry Sullivan, Eleanor Crooks as Naomi Cross, and surprise, David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. The cover art was done by Oliver Chenry. The director was Nicholas Briggs. The executive producers were Nicholas Briggs and Jason Hay-Gellery. The music was done by Richard Fox at Fox Yason Studios. The producer was David Richardson. The script editor was Matt Fitton. The sound design was also done by Richard Fox at Fox Yason Studios. The writers were Barbara Hamley and Simon Gurrier. The senior producer was John Ainsworth. And the total runtime for the set is 127 minutes, just over 2 hours. So, without further ado, here is the trailer for The Companion Chronicles, The Legacy of Time.
You get used to it. That sudden sinking feeling as everything you know turns out to be wrong. There are aliens living among us. We can travel in time. Now, there are invisible giants.
I say, is someone there? Anyone? I seem to have got myself into a most unfortunate fix.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Companion Chronicles, The Legacy of Time.
Of course, all hell had to break loose on the day the Doctor and Miss Grant had gone picnicking on Mars.
The last appearance of the Hagwell Kraken, as it's called, was in 856 AD, spreading death and destruction in its wake.
Who are you? And where am I?
Unit Headquarters, Doctor. On Earth, in England. I am Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, Commander of Unit.
How do you know me? I never forget a face, young man. And I've never seen yours before in my life.
This place has a reputation. Ask anyone in UNIT.
I'm in UNIT, but I did hear something a while ago. Isn't it meant to be haunted or something?
There's no such thing as ghosts.
Oh, really? Then what do you suppose this is?
The creature that destroyed Hagwell is very real. According to this Dr. Panage, it will strike again soon.
Why would he change back to how he used to look?
I'm not sure that's how it works. No, it's him before we met him.
I have already told you, Brigadier. Don't trust them. They're hiding something.
You thought I was hiding something. I suspect that you still do.
It didn't do you any.
Ah! Harry!
What's it doing to him?
I'm not sure. But keep back, or it will get you too.
Tell me, Dr. Panage, has this Kraken ever actually killed anyone?
Other than your scientific advising.
This has gone far enough. We offered you friendship, and now you're hurting my friend. You will let him go this instant.
It's on fire! Oh, the whole of the sea is on fire!
Naomi. Have to find Naomi. I'm sorry, Harry. I think she's gone. Is this another of your pitiful schemes, Snatching power wherever you can? Hey?
My dear Doctor, without power, one is nothing. You know that. How many people have lost their lives because you did not have the power to save them?
And how many lives have you ever saved?
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
That was the trailer for The Companion Chronicles, The Legacy of Time. And if you want to hear my thoughts on this release, then remember to check out today's episode, which will be available on all audio platforms at 10 a.m. GMT. Yeah, and that's it for this episode. So let me know what you thought of the trailers for The Meddling Monks Part 2, as well as the trailer for The Companion Chronicles Legacy of Time. But without further ado, I will see you tomorrow for another instalment of the Everything Podcast Breakfast Show. See you then. Goodbye.